Hey, we're back for our crap series, and up to this point, you guys have learned, what a pass line bet is. Pass line is the most basic bet in the game. You are betting with the shooter. You could bet don't pass if you aren't feeling good about the shooter. You feel like he's not going or she is not going to win. So we have the pass line. We learned about the odds behind the pass line. We've learned what a come bet is. It's like starting a new pass line bet in the middle of a game. And in the last video, we learned that we can directly place the 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10. The casino does basically make you pay a tax when you win for placing those bets. Again, I think the best, if you're looking at a math standpoint, the best bets to make are pass line with full odds, because the true odds, that's the true payout. If you make a come bet and then you put the odds in that, again, you're getting the true payout. And that's the only bet in a casino where they pay the actual true payout for the risk you're taking is when you bet pass line and bet the odds, or come bet and the odds. We're going to focus on the middle bets today. Now, I'm going to break this into two videos. In this video, I'm going to focus on these bets that you see here in yellow. Okay, so here's the difference between the bets listed in yellow and the bets listed in red. The bets listed in yellow are not one-roll bets, and I'll explain. So I'm going to explain these bets today. They're called the Hardways. The bets listed in red, those are one-roll bets. I'll get to those in the next video. So there are 4 different Hardway bets you can make. You can do the hard 4, which is in the bottom right-hand corner, hard 8, bottom left here, hard 6 in the top left, and hard 10 in the top right. Okay, so what the Hardway bet is you are betting that you will roll. Let's say we did the hard 4, and so you put let's say we did a $5 bet on the hard 4. You are betting that you're going to roll a 4 by getting double 2s before you roll any other 4 or a 7. Okay, now the reason they call this bet the Hardway, let me go over to my paper here. The reason they call this the Hardway is because if you look at the 4 roll, there is only one way to roll the double 2s. There are 2 ways to roll any other 4. So this is the hard way to do it, okay? Or let's say you wanted to roll a hard 6, okay? You look on the sheet, there's only one way to roll a 6 by double, by 2 3s. There's 2 different ways to roll the 1 and the 5, and there's a couple different ways to roll a 2 and a 4. The hard way is to roll double 3s. Okay, so that's called the Hardway bet. So the way the Hardway works and how you bet it, let me set this up here again. Okay, so you can bet Hardways once you get the game going. So let's just say again, I'm just going to start a game here. I'm going to bet the pass line. Just going to get my phone set up here so it doesn't fall. Okay, so I'm going to bet a pass line bet. I bet 5 in the pass line. I'm going to get a couple dice out of the bowl, and I'm going to make a come out roll, and I ended up rolling here a 5. So my point's a 5. So, I'm going to put my $30 odds on the 5. I'm going to get a come bet going, and let's just say I decided, hey, I want $5 on all the Hardways. So I go to my chip tray, I throw it out on the table for the dealer, and the dealer puts out 5 on every Hardway. Okay? Let me just take my phone so you can see those Hardway bets. And you can see I have 5 on all the Hardways. So what that means is I am betting that I can achieve or hit those rolls before any other of its kind or a 7. So for example, on the hard 4, to win this, I would have to roll a double 2 before any other 4. Or a 7. Remember, if I roll a 7 before I hit the 5, or I roll a 7, that's going to clear the table. The 7 is the one roll that's not going to win anything for me. It's going to be bad all the way around. So I'm just going to kind of put this here so you can see my Hardway bets. So let's keep rolling. So I made a come bet. I got that 5. Okay, I'm hoping to hit the 5, but these are all little side bets I can make, of course. So I'm going to roll here, and I just got a 9. Okay, so this money is going to roll over to the 9. I tell you what, I'm going to put odds on my 9. Okay, and I tell you what, I got 1, 2, and I got other bets. I got actually 6 bets out here. I think that's good enough. Let's just keep on rolling. Hopefully I can hit a 5 or 9. Maybe I can hit one of these Hardways. I just rolled a 9. Okay, perfect. So I won here. So the dealer's going to pay me for my 9, 5 for the bottom. Remember, the 9, it's going to pay 1.5, 3 to 2. So I'm going to get paid 45 for my 30. So this was all winnings. That's great. Nice roll there. I'll make another come bet. Okay, so that was awesome. I just was able to win actually 50 bucks there. Okay, so let's keep going. And I rolled a 7. Okay, so the fact that I rolled a 7, here's what happened. All these Hardways bets lost because I did not achieve any of those before rolling a 7. I lost my pass line. I did win the come bet. On the first roll of my new game, I rolled a 7. Okay, so the Hardways, again, you have to roll that specific roll before you roll another number of that kind or a 7. So let's just make sure, again, one more time that everybody has that down. So if I put a hard 6, okay, so let's just go back so you can see it. And I'm going to get the dice. Let me walk over here. Okay, so if I bet the hard 6, and the next roll, I rolled this roll. I'm just going to set it up. I rolled that. I lost the hard 6 because I did not roll that specific double 3 6 before rolling a different kind of 6. So that would have caused me to lose that bet. Okay, let's say I bet the hard 6 and I rolled a 7. Okay, I would lose that bet. Okay, so let's say we had a new game going again and I bet the hard 6 again, and now I roll double 3 before any other 6 or a 7. I would win that bet. It's 10 for 1. One more thing I ought to show, and again, as a math guy, this is not a great bet. It says here 10 for 1. Okay, let me explain why. Again, on a math basis, these bets have a high tax to them. So getting my sheet back again. Okay, so for me to win the hard 6, for example, okay, let's just count how many ways I can win. I can only win one way. I have to hit that roll right here, the double 3. How many ways can I lose? I can lose 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 ways of rolling a 6 I'm going to lose. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 ways for me to lose this bet and only 1 to win. So the true payout should be 10 to 1. Okay, so in other words, if I bet 5, the true payout would be 50. But if you read the table carefully, it doesn't say 10 to 1. It says 10 for 1. Okay, so here's what that means. 10 for 1 means the following. If I win that bet, the dealer is going to give me $50. Okay, so I'm just getting 50 over here. They are going to give me 50. The problem is they're going to take my 5 because it doesn't say 10 to 1. You don't get to keep the 5 and win the 50. They're going to take the 5 either way and give you 50. So in reality, if you keep the 5, they really paid you 45. They have skimmed 10% of your winnings every time you roll this. Okay, so again, the hard bet, these Hardways bets, you'll see people play them on a math level. There's a high tax on them, kind of like we talked about on the 4 and 10. When you place the 4 and 10, there's a 10% tax. On you do the hard 6 or the hard 8, there's a 10% tax. Let's check on the hard 4. On the hard 4, there's one way to win, and there's 2 ways to lose here, plus the 6 ways rolling 7. There's 8 ways to lose and 1 to win, so the tax is even worse here. Okay, so if you were to bet 5, the true payout would be 40 to 1. But they give you 8 for 1, so it's not 40 to 1. It's 8 to 1. It's 8 for 1. So if they paid you 40, they'd take the 5. They're skimming 5 out of your $40. In other words, they're skimming about 12.5% of your winnings every time you hit this. So very high house edge on these bets. But anyway, those are the Hardways. Okay. On my next video, I'll finish up. I'll show you these bets in red and what the E and C stand for. And we probably ought to talk about the field as well. Those are pretty easy bets. Simple, not great bets, but they are simple to do.